Hello everybody, what's up and welcome back to the StarCraft 2 Ownage Shack. It is David here bringing you another set of commentaries. This is going to be a Zerg vs Protoss series. Here is game 1 and this is again from the North American Amateur Star League. This is from Season 3 I believe, and the map here is going to be MLG Shattered Temple. The difference of course is this supply depot is placed here so 3 pylon wall ends don't work. And I think some bunker wall ends also don't work anyways. So it's just there to help Zerg. And our Zerg player here is Core. And you might actually know him as PhoeNixWeRRa. He's a Korean player. And he has played in the GSL before. He's very good, obviously, because of that. And you might have even seen his stream on Team Liquid. I've seen him streaming before. And yeah, of course, his Protoss opponent, it's Inferno. And yeah, Inferno's a great player. I'm sure he's High Master. The last time I checked his ranking in the North American Amateur Star League, he definitely wins a lot there. And as you can see already, Overlord is not going to be seeing any Nexus there. And yeah, similarly, the probe is off course already. And there goes the nice gas. And I do believe he did the extractor trick there to get out that extra drone. And that's really typical of Korean players right there because, you know what, that's just the way they do it. Here in North America, we seem to prefer the just the regular get out your Overlord and then produce more drones instead of getting over supply. And there goes the pool as well. So really standard stuff coming from Zerg right now. Same thing for Protoss. Gateway being put down to wall off here at the ramp, and his gas is already going down. So yeah, everything looks completely standard, very standard. I'm kind of interested to see what Protoss is going to do, especially just because of the I guess somewhat new patch. Some interesting things have been happening. A lot of these fast expand builds, such as the Forge expand, are no longer really that viable. There's basically just this new Roachling all-in that I'm sure a lot of you know of. It's so strong against things like that if they don't get like 15 cannons. So yeah, we're probably not going to be seeing that. Obviously, a Cybernetic Scorn Gateway, definitely not. So it looks like we have the makings of some kind of 3-gate expand so far. We're going to have to see if he takes that second gas, something definitely you want to check for as Zerg. And already, Probe is going to be scouting around. He should, yeah, I'm sure he saw that. Yeah, he just goes in, sees what he needs to, and ditches. And it looks like, okay, one drone is going to be continuing to mine gas here after Metabolic Boost has been started. Only 2 Zerglings so far, and that's definitely a good choice. 4 Zerglings, yeah, that's much more standard. And it looks like the drone is going to be coming down to take the expansion. Warp Gate, oh look at that, nice timing there. And Chrono Boosting on the Cybernetics core, interesting. Definitely it's pretty standard to use some Chrono Boost there. Second gas as well. Very interesting. Really looking forward to see what he does with that. And a Stalker. Oh, no, never mind. He's going to change it to a Sentry. Yeah, that's more standard to get the Sentry out. So I'm guessing 3-gate expand because it is a Sentry that's coming out instead of that Stalker. But we're going to have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Zerg is still getting some more gas, so should expect to see probably a Roach Warren eventually because of that. Maybe some Baneling aggression. Really cool. Oh, wow. Macro hatch. Interesting. I think we are going to be seeing some Zerglings and Banelings going at it. Obviously, the reason for that is because this extra hatch so early gives you the larva you need to build Zerglings, because Zerglings are very expensive on the larva, unlike other sorts of things like Roaches and Mutas. Just basically those multiple supply units take a lot less larva, and so you don't really need the macro hatch necessarily to get those. Obviously, Banes and Zerglings. Whew. And there's the Evo chamber, so it looks like that's probably where he's going to be spending his gas on upgrades. Also, you could be worried about, you know, a Stargate, which is definitely a valid concern. I mean, it is a 3-gate expand. There goes the probe to build the Nexus. So, you know, if he builds some Spore Crawlers, he might get just a tiny bit behind, but it looks like he is going to be droning up. Let's actually take a look there. 27 probes to 22 drones right now. So, you know, Inferno's in the lead right now, but a huge round of drones just popped, I believe. And yeah, that's going to even it up quite a bit. And his macro hatch is just about to finish here. Let's just take a look at the vision of Inferno. He has absolutely no idea. Hasn't seen the macro hatch or the natural. And he is just playing so standard right now. So standard. Yep, even more. The Forge going down, and you can't really blame him for playing standard against a person like Core. I mean, this guy is sickly good. Really good player. Yeah, here comes more Zerglings, and yet It is going to be for that +1 attack. Obviously, that's going to benefit those Zerglings so much. Oh, wow. Really, really good. Especially if Inferno doesn't get armor first, I could see that doing massive amounts of damage. And already taking out those gold rocks. Going to be preparing for a longer game, it looks like. And I like that. Hallucination is being researched at the Cybernetics core. If you don't know, when you go for a 3-gate expand like this, you absolutely need to get Hallucination because you really have no other way to scout. Obviously, if you go for Stargate Tech, you can just make some Phoenixes and Void Rays and you can see everything Zerg is doing that way. But otherwise, yeah, you're pretty screwed. And it looks like he is going for ground weapons instead of armor, which is very standard. Some standard PVZ right there. And yeah, looks like Zerg is going to have the upgraded advantage for you know, a reasonable amount of time. Obviously, +1 takes 160 seconds, so there should be a nice little window for these Zerglings to do some major damage. What he's probably going to want to do is force a lot of force fields to be placed. You don't want to drain the energy on these guys before, you know, it gets too out of hand. You don't want a bunch of max energy sentries coming at you with that really strong push. And what's the transition going to be from here? Looks like he's adding one more gate, and he's got a ton of gas, 3 gases. So that's definitely interesting. Probably going to be a Robo from here, actually. And 4th gas, yeah, I'd definitely go with Robo Tech. Don't expect to see mass gateways, but it would do very well with that +1. Looks like this Phoenix is seeing everything. Yeah, there he finally gets wind of that macro hatch, but it's probably too late. He's definitely going to know he has to contend with mass Zerglings right now. And actually the Roach Warren's almost done as well. And yeah, this is a great strategy by Core. I really like this. It's just giving him full map control, even taking out these rocks. That's going to be really helpful later if he can get these ones as well for some really sweet counterattacks. But hold the phone, he's going in right now. It looks like he's just going to be pecking away at that, you know, that gateway and forge. Maybe even if he can get that pylon, he could sneak a few lings by. And there goes the Robo. Where is that Robo? And Twilight Council as well, undoubtedly for, you know, Blink and that +2 upgrade. Looks like he does want to rush attack here. He hasn't started his armor quite yet. And look at that, missile attacks coming for Zerg as well. And a nice cannon placement by Protoss. And we should be seeing some roaches in the near future. Yeah, he's got his lair on the way, but obviously that's quite late because of the macro hatch and mass Zerglings. And look at that, he does manage to sneak by. And he's going to manage to get in here and hopefully kill a ton of probes for his sake. Looks like a bunch are going to go down, just doing major harassment. And look at that, wow, sneaks into the natural as well while he's distracting with these Zerglings over here. And with that +1 attack, they're actually getting that Nexus down so low. But look at these ones, just dealing massive damage to the probes. So many probes going down. Wow, Core is really pulling ahead right now at this point. He's just forcing Protoss to split up his forces so much that really these lings are being left uncontested. And if we look at the APM, we can see a clear difference here as to why Protoss is finding it really difficult to contend with all of these Zerglings at the same time. Meanwhile, Core is just beasting it up at over 200 APM. That is fast business. And yeah, during this whole thing, look at that, getting more upgrades for his roaches, which should be coming out. Oh, wow, tons of roaches. So yeah, we can see right now it's 68 drones to 29 probes. Protoss is pretty much all but dead right now. He's so far behind. I don't think there's really a way for him to come back. What he's probably going to want to do is just do an all-in counterattack with an Immortal. I wouldn't go for the Observer. Just pump as much as you can and hope Zerg just overdroned or something, because really, once you let Zerg get into such an advantageous macro position like this, there's really no coming back. And look at that! Oh, he's almost got those destructible rocks done, and when he does, man, those Zerglings are going to do some really annoying counterattacking. Even got the Spire going up. He's just covering all avenues, and 16 roaches on the way. Oh my goodness, that is going to do huge damage if this push doesn't. Look at that, perfectly lining it up with his roach speed. The timing here is just impeccable. Zerglings coming in from the other side and picking off stray units. A Blink is on the way, but I don't think it's going to matter here. There are so many upgraded roaches. Just look at that. They already got their +1, and the Carapace is on the way. Force fields are being laid down, but he's only got two left, so make that 0. I think he's going to snipe it. Yep, he snipes it. Snipes the sentry. He's left with just 6 Stalkers here. Has he warped in anything else at home? No, he hasn't. He's completely broke. That, yeah, losing all those probes probably wasn't the best thing for Inferno right now. Let's just take a look at that. You know what? He's chrono boosting them out to high heaven though. So, wow, he's already back up to 40 plus probes, which is great. I mean, but look at the supply. It's 66 to 163. Yeah, I don't think Inferno's going to be able to come back here. Blink is done, which is good, but yeah, that forge is going to go down, and these roaches are just going to... This is going to be absolute slaughter. Oh, interesting. He pulls back. Don't really see why. I'm a little confused, but you know what? He's probably just wanting to regroup here. Maybe wait for his +2 and his pneumatized carapace so he can... I don't even know what he wants to do with pneumatized carapace. Does he even have overlords in position? No? Oh, he's got ventral sacks on the way. I mean, he's planning a drop, but what he's going to want to do is get some of these overlords in position to do that. Obviously, even with pneumatized carapace, they're 1.88 speed. That's the same as Thor's, and that's pretty slow. Pretty slow indeed. Hive is on the way as well. Man, this is a really nice strat. I think a lot of Zerg players can learn from this. We've got pathogen glands. Oh, just covering every single tech path at the same time. The roaches are streaming back into the Protoss base, and he's trying to get Colossi. He's got almost 2 robos here. He's got second one almost complete. And you know what? Maybe with those Colossi, he will be able to do some damage. But honestly, against this many roaches, I mean, if we look at the units tab, we see 28 roaches. I don't think Colossi are the way to go. You'd probably be better suited to have Immortals. I think Colossi are much better when they're mixing Hydras into that unit composition. But, you know, thus is not the case. And it looks like we already have Overlords in position. You know, it would be even better than drops is a Nidus right here. Yeah, there's no vision there for Protoss, I'm sure. So that would be really sweet just to creep back. And, uh-oh, looks like he's going to be sniping the robotics facility. That is definitely not good. Oh my gosh, he's just lost so much Colossus production. I think one of them was almost about to pop there. It looks like he's realized he's got to do something pretty soon here. So he's beginning to muster up the courage to move out a tiny bit. He's finally reconstructed his forge, meaning his upgrades are really, really delayed. If we compare that to Zerg, it's 2-1 versus 1-0. And we already have, yeah, melee attacks 2 and Carapace 2 on the way, as well as Burrow and Greater Spire. Overlords all over. Oh my gosh. Core is a really good player, guys. That's what I've decided here. That is what I've decided. I mean, he's even taking the whole map. I didn't even bother pointing this out, but I mean, look at that. He's got spines, spores. He's covered against DTs, against voids, anything. And look at that, sneaking through the back door. Gonna be sniping off pylons here. Uh-oh, looks like... Oh, can he complete it? Oh, no, he just barely didn't have enough force fields to complete that little wall there. That would have been really nice, but you know what? He's probably going to get these roaches, but at the cost of a ton of probes. Oh, no, he's back to 23 probes. I have a feeling I missed some kind of Baneling drop there. I don't know what happened, guys. I do apologize for that, but yeah, this game is definitely... Oh, my gosh, yeah, this game has been over for a while. At least I think it has. I mean, it's 100 to 176, so we're going to have to see. Here comes the nice counterattack. But all of the units, yeah, he's got a bunch of units right now. He's pretty much, yeah, he's almost maxed. He's got, jeez, pure Zerglings. I mean, almost 200 Zerglings. That is definitely not what you want, though. These 2 Colossi, just look at the kills racking up. He tries to go for the counter, gets a few pylons, it looks like. But he's going to have to get a nice, decent surround on these forces if he wants to win. And it looks like he's coming in from both sides. And yet, ton of force fields being produced, but Ultralisk, Roaches, Adrenal Glands almost finished, as well as melee attacks 3. Oh my goodness, this is just, I don't think, yeah, Protoss just doesn't have the production to deal with this. Core is staying consistently maxed, whereas Inferno had his one shot to do it. He's not going to be able to recuperate on 26 probes. This one's in the bag, guys, and there goes the GG by Inferno. Good game indeed. Game 1 is going to go to Thor. Or sorry, not Thor. I have absolutely no idea why I said that. Core is his name. And we're going to have to see if he can wrap it up in Game 2. Stay tuned, guys.